December 23rd, 2024. Somewhere off the coast of southern Spain, a Russian cargo ship sent out a distress call. 3 explosions, 2 crew members dead. The ship was sinking. Spanish rescuers pulled 14 men out of the water, and when they asked the Russian captain what his ship was carrying, he lied. Today, I'm going to tell you what was really on that ship. And while I do, I'm going to learn how to make borscht, which is something that I've never cooked before, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so first thing for borscht, the beets. I've already gone ahead and grated those. Show the total pain in the ass. I'm never making borscht again. Next, I'm gonna chop up 3 yukon potatoes, an onion, and a carrot. Now, back to the Ursa Major. So, the Ursa Major left port December 11th, 2024. And according to its official cargo manifest, it was carrying 2 large cranes, 129 empty shipping containers, and 2 objects listed as manhole covers. The ship was supposedly headed to Russia's far eastern coast. But here's the problem with that story. Russia has one of the largest rail networks on Earth. If you want to move heavy equipment between Russian ports, you put it on a train. You don't sail it halfway around the world. But the Ursa Major, it didn't head east. It headed south. Okay, got all the veggies done. Next up, we have to heat a soup pot. On medium heat. Put some olive oil in and saute the beets. And then we'll add some chicken broth, some water, and we will cook the potatoes, carrots, and yeah. So, the Ursa Major starts heading south, down the coast of France, and into Portuguese waters, where Navy aircraft start tracking it. And then it moves in Spanish waters, with an escort. Not just 1 Russian military vessel, but 2. Spanish maritime operators radio in to check on the ship. The Ursa Major radios back and says that everything's fine. Except that everything was not fine. I'm gonna add the chicken broth, 8 cups of chicken broth, which is 2 of these things. We're rocking. We are rocking. And 2 cups of water. And we're gonna add the carrots and potatoes. Slowly, so I don't make a mess. I made a mess. Let me clean that up. While this is cooking, we are going to saute the onions in a bit of oil, and then we're gonna add 4 tablespoons of ketchup, fry it up for 7 or 8 minutes, and then add it to the big pot. On the morning of December 22nd, 2024, the Ursa Major suddenly slows to a stop. Spanish maritime operators again radio, asking if everything's okay. And again, the crew reply, "It's all good, man." 24 hours later, at 11:53 in the morning, 3 explosions tear through the engine room. 2 crew members are dead. The vessel is listing and can't move. It's about 4 tablespoons. Spain sends a rescue helicopter and a rescuer gets on board. He checks out the living quarters, and more importantly, he checks out the storage containers that were on the ship. And what does he find? He finds trash, old fishing nets, old equipment. He certainly doesn't find any manhole covers, any cranes, nothing that was listed on the manifest. But before there can be any investigation, one of the Russian escort ships fires a red flare over the scene and orders all nearby ships to keep a distance. 4 more explosions follow, and by 11 p.m. that night, the Ursa Major was gone. I also forgot to add the celery, so let's do that now. Okay, we added salt and pepper, we added half a can of the white kidney beans, we added vinegar, 3 or 4 tablespoons, and now we're going to put in the dill and the garlic. And we'll cook it for a few more minutes, and then it's done. Now, when the survivors of the Ursa Major were brought back ashore, Spanish investigators debriefed the captain, and admittedly, he was a little reluctant to chat, given that he probably feared for his life. But under pressure, he revealed what those manhole covers actually were. They were the components to 2 nuclear reactors. The kind that you'd put in, say, a submarine. The captain believed that the Ursa Major had been diverted to a North Korean port. He suspected that he was delivering nuclear submarine technology to Kim Jong-un. Now, 2 months before the Ursa Major set sail, North Korea had sent over 10,000 troops to fight on the front lines in Ukraine on behalf of Russia. The captain suspected that these nuclear reactor components, they were a part of the repayment. The wreck of the Ursa Major lies at about 8,000 feet at the bottom of the Mediterranean. Sorry. It's good borscht. The Spanish government says that recovering the black box from the shipwreck would be near impossible. But many experts disagree with the Spanish government's narrative here. One former merchant marine captain said that most modern-day black boxes, they're designed to float to the surface. So it's likely that somebody already has the black box. We just don't know who. The Russian shipowner of the Ursa Major has called the sinking of his ship a targeted terrorist attack. The Spanish government has said almost nothing. The US has said even less. The truth about the Ursa Major now lies at the bottom of the Mediterranean, which, as far as anyone is saying publicly, that's where it's likely to stay. And this is good borscht.